Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, bringing you another action-packed show. As for now, let us look at what in today's Namibian Sun back page. As you can see there, Christine Mboma, Namibian 400-meter athlete who was banned, as well as Beatrice Masilingi. Agnes Tjongarero said that they won't give up that fight. That story will come in detail as well. And as you can see there, a journey towards professional football as well. That will be also a story that's coming up. And now for the Christine Mboma story. The Minister of Sport, Agnes Tjongarero, says the authorities are in consultation with neighbors South Africa on the way forward. Namibian sprinters Christine Mboma and Beatrice Masilingi, who have been banned from 400-meter events by World Athletics. Tjongarero said they are taking care of business when it comes to the two athletes, Olympic silver medals Mboma and 200-meter finalist Masilingi, and have been in consultation with South African Ministry of Sport as they have a similar case that are way ahead in manner in which they have handled the two-time Olympic champion Caster Semanya's case with World Athletics. And now for your Premier League news. Namibia Premier League Chief Executive Officer Harold Filler says being awarded the status of professional sport body shouldn't be seen as a victory for the NPL alone, but Namibian football in general. Yesterday, Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muir confirmed that they had registered the Namibia Premier League as an independent sports body. The registration followed an instruction by the Independent Appeals Committee close to a fortnight ago to have the league registered. This is not only a victory for us, but for Namibian football and all those who aspire to play professional football. It has been a long time coming, and now a huge step towards having a professional league where players are paid enough money has finally arrived. The task is to make sure that we keep our promises to football lovers and the nation by working hard in making this dream a reality. That was what Harold Fuller had to say. We will go for a short break, and after the break I will be having a guest in studio, and that's the dawn of Namibian boxing. We call him Nestor Sunshine Tobias. Welcome back. Now, as you can see here, I'm joined by the man who needs no introduction to the world of sports, to the world of boxing indeed. That's Master Nestor Sunshine Tobias of the MTC, Nestor Sunshine Tobias Boxing and Fitness Academy, a promoter who has promoted world champions before, and of course national champions, continental champions, and all, you can name them all. Nestor, welcome to the Sport Rep Show.
Thank you for having me here.
All right. As we go into detail, of course, our first task is to find out, there has been reports that one of your fighters lost in Ghana, and that was the last trip the academy had, that was to Ghana for a WBO Africa title. Of course, there was a lot of chaos reported from that, and of course an unfair treatment that we had as well. Can you just explain to us, Nestor, what happened in Ghana?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, Sebastian Nathaniel, former WBO Africa featherweight champion, fought in Ghana on the 30th July, sorry, in Accra. Yeah, that fight was a very excited fight. we accept the fight. You know, we were champion. We accept the fight, knowing the challenge, but we had to believe in our fighter. Because, in my own opinion, Nathaniel is the best featherweight right now in Africa and one of the top featherweight in the world. And I see a lot of potential, and I see the future in him, because he got the opportunity to become a world champion. The way he's fighting, he got a big heart, he got boxing skill, he got power, and he's very strong in the featherweight. So it's why we took this fight. But when we get in Ghana, we were very confident, and Sebastian make the weight. You know, before the fight, you have to go to the scale and make the weight. That's the biggest challenge for any boxer. And we make the weight too easy because he was in a good shape. Yeah, during the fight, of course, the first round was not good, but from round 2 up to he was in control of the fight. Unfortunately, he sustained a cut in a second round. So I see the referee in the break, end of the second round, he called the doctor to the corner, and that you don't see that in a professional boxing. And as I can also I realize also the doctor he doesn't know why was he called to the corner, because he come to wipe the boxer's nose and everything, because I was already giving attention to the cut on the eye, and there was no blood flowing when he come to the corner. He didn't know what is called.
So it was not actually a bad cut.
No,
or it was probably a cut that you could.
No, I was in control of the cut. It was a cut, and it was also caused by a headbutt. You know, so
yeah, which should had the other boxer penalized as well.
Yeah, no, at least it was an accidental headbutt. So the referee was supposed to point to the main table to the supervisor to say was a punch or was a accidental headbutt, but he didn't even do that. He called the doctor to the corner, and the doctor, he was next, then he left. Then the fight continued in the third round. The referee keep on calling the doctor to check the card of
boxer.
Yeah, and that you don't see in professional, because normally if there's any cut, headbutt caused by a punch, the referee is supposed to talk to the boxer and ask him whether he can see or he was disturbed. And it was a small cut. I remember I had also a cut with Hitman when he fought Beatrice in the USA, but the same cut, but you didn't see any referee disturb or calling the doctor or to the ring. If you see also a big fighter like Ferry, Tyson Ferry, he had a very bad cut in Las Vegas when he fought this kid Otto something. That was a west cut, you know, what I saw in boxing, but the referee did not stop the fight.
Okay.
Or not to go too far, also we see Lucas Nafaluma, he just fought about 3 weeks ago in South Africa, and you could see the other boxer, the opponent, he had a bad swelling and a cut on his eye. But the referee, the fight continued, and the referee was talking to the boxer also, can you see, you know. But in Ghana, this guy, I see this referee was watching too much Olympic boxing, because in Olympic boxing, the referee, when you see any blood, you have to call the doctor to the ring and so on. Okay,
Nestor, but did you? Oh, of course. What did you do after this? Has there been any complaints filed to WBO? Do we expect this decision to be overruled, or was it final?
Yeah, maybe not overruled, but we put up a complaint to the WBO, and I was sure the supervisor was at the ringside. I did that just after the fight, and I wrote a complaint to the WBO, the head office. Yeah, so that thing, and we also had a discussion with the other camp, you know. So in principle we agreed to a rematch, you know. So, but now I want it to be endorsed by the WBO, you know, because it was very unfair treatment, and it's very unfair to the boxer, the former champion. And this is, you know, when you're in Africa, I even tried to tell these people, when you're in Africa, your rating, it must be through hard work and dedication, you know. It's why we put these boxers in a regional title always, and give them a more fight and to improve their rating to get to the mandatory so they can fight for the world title. Because it's difficult when you're in Africa to get a chance to fight the world title. It's a voluntary, you know. So if you can see all the boxers we produce, most of them they were of all of them except Julius Indongo was mandatory. You know?
Okay. Nestor, speaking of world titles and speaking of Julius Indongo and speaking of all the boxers that you have actually produced that have won world titles, of course it has been, one would have to admit that it has been quite a while now since the last boxer was, if I am correct, Julius Indongo was under your stable to win a world title. What has been, why has it taken this long to produce another world title fighter or a world title winner?
No, it's not long, you know. When you're in a small country like Namibia, so people must also understand we are 2. Maybe 2.6, I don't know. I'm not sure, but we're not far from there. Million in Namibia. And if you can see, Harry Simon, when he won the world title was 98, you know. Then Hitman, he won the world title was 2009, you know. So that is 11 years. And, you know, then you see Wallace Ambunda, when he won the world title was 2013, you know. Then Julius Indongo, he won the title in 2016. So you can see the difference there. There's not much difference there. And that's, we have to appreciate that. We have to appreciate the boxers and the management of boxing in this country. And you see, we had always now from there, we got a lot of boxers in the world rating. And for sure, we just have Jeremiah Nakathira, we just failed to make it when he fought for the interim world title. That is also a world title, you see. You know, we got different world titles. We got the interim world title, we got unified world title, we got undisputed world champions, and another thing. So this was also a world title, but it's just an interim world title. So I think boxing is doing now very good. And for sure, we got also other kits. You can see. We're just waiting for the lockdown. We're gonna introduce and explore boxing.
Okay, before we go to the other kids, I'm sure it will be a discussion. It will be part of our discussion. I also wanted to know, you spoke of Nakathila, and if I have to remember correctly, in American soil or on American soil, fighting American boxers, it has been quite difficult for us to win on American soil. Nestor, I don't know what could be the main factor, because we saw how Nakathila fought. He did quite good. He put up a good fight against a very, very potential, of course, superstar, and already a superstar in America, one of their hopeful boxers and all. What is so difficult for us to, especially in America? I know we do struggle outside, but I think America has been one of that difficult bouquet country, one might say, where we go to and hardly ever come back with a victory.
America, I think America is heaven on earth. I think so. In anything you go to military, you go to journalism. They're always in top. You know, education, they're always in top. You see, they're also in top in sport. So we are not competing against America. We are trying to put Namibia on a world map and to put boxing on a better standard, or not even an American standard, but we want to get there. So when you get opportunity to fight in the USA, you put up your best. And Loki Nakathira, he put up his best. He fought against one of the top boxers in the world. The kid everybody's talking about, you know. But after the fight, it's not only us losing, but Stevenson, he looked bad also, we make him to look bad. So it was a very technical fight.
It's not what he expected. He thought he was going to have it easy.
Everybody was gonna think, give the Nakathira 1, 2, 3 rounds when it was over. But we also work at him, his boxing style and another thing. And we make sure we go there and do better. So, of course, we could do better to win the fight. That was our aim. But when this kid come in the ring and with the corner, we see the movement of the other kid and another thing. We have to change the game strategy also and to try to counter him when he, because our plan was not to do a counter punching and another thing. But now then when you see the movement and another thing, and for sure Nakathira is also a very smart boxer. Yeah, of course, a very powerful guy, and you have to adapt to the style of the other guy. And the other guy was also to adapt to our style. It's why this fight, end up very technical. And you will see the round when the round has finished 1, 2, 3, 12, then the fight was over.
All right, Nestor. Of course, we also have we have been wondering, or there has been questions as to when Nakathila went to fight for the interim title. Was it not too soon, or was he not risking it too much to fight for to wait and fight for the actual world title? I know the interim is also a title, but of course there is a world title as well in place. So there were questions whether was it not too soon, or was this like an opportunity of a lifetime that one can't refuse as well?
No, it was not too soon. We were working for that. We worked for that, and our next step was to fight for the world title. And this was a world title. You know, it's just, you say undisputed world title. This is an interim world title. It's a regular world title. This was interim world title, and this is every boxer. Nobody will refuse to fight for the interim world title or any world title, because that's the opportunity you are getting, and you work for that. Nakathila worked for that, and we have been fighting for this, you know, because we know the champ is ready. Nakathila was ready for this fight. It was not too soon, but unfortunately, you have to come up with also a hungry lion, a young kid, who's wanted also to be big in boxing, and for sure was against Stevenson. And yeah, I told the champ, no, don't keep your head low, keep your head up, and we're gonna come back and do better. For sure, Launiki Nakathila is still young, and we're gonna give him another chance. We're gonna put him in the world rating, because you cannot fight for the world title if you are not in the rating. Now he's out, but we have to make a plan to get him back in the world rating, so he can get the opportunity again to fight for the world title.
Yes, I'm sure there's a lot of money, Nestor, because I saw Nakathila driving a brand new Golf. Not to talk about it here, but I'm sure it was. It's actually something worth it, even if you lost. But coming back, at least you come back with something. You don't just come back as a loser. You represented Namibia at the top, and you come with something big in the pocket as well.
No, you know, sport is like I say, it's a business. Sport doesn't matter. You go to Olympics, they will say you're amateur, but if you perform, you do well, they will look after you. You know, in boxing also, you go to the USA, you fight for a big fight, like for sure there's a contract also for you to earn something, and also a good motivation for the other kids. It's just to focus and listen, do the right thing, and for sure you get those opportunity to put some food on the table, to feed your family, and to come and invest in this country.
To drive nice cars as well.
And for sure, cars and housing and everything is coming together, and for sure, yeah. So it's just a motivation for the other kids, you know, to see. You see all these champions when they come from. It's been come from Japan. Julius come from the USA, and for sure. And all these kids who make it, Walter Kotondokwa and other thing. So this is the kid who make it in the boxing. When you get the opportunity to fight for the world title, especially under this promotion, of course we make sure you get something out of the deal.
Nestor, before we conclude, you mentioned all these big names that have already become world champions, African champions, and we look at the future ahead. Loki is still young, as you mentioned. He's still part of that stable and could bounce back for another title. There is still a chance for him to fight back for another title. But when you go back and sit in your gym or you look around Namibia, do you foresee that we have not run out of the champions yet and that more will come?
No, Namibia is a land of the brave, a land of talent. We got a lot of talent here. You see when we're just watching Olympic game in Japan, Tokyo. You see what we did there, and for sure they have to use some irregularity to take us out, but they rob us from a gold medal. So meaning Namibia is full of talent. Come in my gym or any gym in Namibia, there's a lot of talent, you know. So we are not short of world champions, you know. It's time will tell, but we must also understand we are very small in population. So we got little to select from, but we always get the right talent. And it's not by mistake we produce already 4 world champions. We can still produce world champions. And we got kids You can see Philippus Nitumbwa Energy. Then we got Philippus, another Philippus. Then we got another Nathaniel. We got another Nathaniel. You got a kid like Shafa and all this. There's a lot of kids we can look at. And like I said, not only in my gym.
Around.
I'm a promoter and I'm ready to promote all over across the board. In Namibia, also in Africa. So we can produce world champions, but we must just learn to listen and let's work together, all of us. And if you know, you say you know, you're gonna fail. But if you know you can get advice from the other one, then you can be successful.
Thank you so much, Nestor. That was Nestor, aka the Dawn of Namibian Boxing, Nestor Sunshine Tobias of the MTC Boxing and Fitness Academy as well. Has been produced champions over the years. He believes that he will produce more, and Namibia is a home of talented boxers and more champions will come. Thank you, Nestor.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll go for a short break, and after the break, I introduce you to our program, The Sportify with Rivaldo Kavanga. Welcome back. Mr. Kavanga, I don't have much to say, so please take us away.
Definitely, and welcome back to yet another exciting edition or segment of Spotify. Today, Jesse, we're going to dive into the football world, you know, football, and not just any football world, but professional football world. And I mean, today we're going to speak to an amazing young athlete who goes by the name of Wangu Gome. He is a Namibian footballer who is currently based in Armenia and pursuing his professional career. So stay tuned for the video of Mboma as he takes us through the show today.
All right.
My name is Wangu Batista Gomez. Welcome to Spotify. Today I'm just sharing my story, how I got where I am and what it took for me to be where I am. So I'll start off by saying prayer. Prayer was the number one thing. Hope, belief, faith, and the love for the game. So it's not an easy journey. It's not an easy journey. So there will be sacrifices that you'll have to do when your friends are going out. You need to sacrifice that, and the amount of friends you also have is very important. Your surrounding is very important. The people you hang with a lot of time is very important. If your people are not positive, you have a problem. So surround yourself with positive people. Stay away from negative things. Stay away from things that will make you weak, stop you from still believing, no matter the circumstances, guys. It's hard. No, it's like sometimes it's really hard, you know. Circumstances can drift you away from what you hope for, what you dream for, but you don't give up. Then only the strongest make it through, guys. So keep believing in yourself and keep on dreaming. The moment you stop dreaming, I think that's the moment you stop living. So God has still a plan for you. God has a plan for you. As long as you are breathing, He's busy making wonders for your life. So just trust in God, trust in yourself. For me, most importantly, what brought me where I am, and still want to do more. I'm not done. I still want to do more. So what brought me where I am and still wanting to do more? Dedication. First of all, prayer, dedication, faith, and the love of the game, and my family. So welcome to Spotify, Wangu Barista Gomez.
I mean, spectacular words from Wangu Gome, basically giving inspiration to all young Namibian footballers. And I mean, he definitely says he's not done and still has a lot to achieve. And what he emphasized on the young football players is that have dedication, pray, and you will definitely make it.
Of course, Rivaldo, and he's going to play European football playoffs today. That's in Armenia. Of course, it's the third qualifying round. They've initially played in the European Champions League qualifying round, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So they still have a chance to play European League football this season. They played 0-0, so they can as well probably beat the other team and advance to the fourth leg qualifiers, which then there will only be one group match remaining. Thank you so much, Rivaldo.
It was a pleasure being on the show, Jesse.
All right. And from me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, thank you for having watched the show. Please, good evening.
Tell me, baby, do you like the way I move? Come on, get your dance on. We can have as much fun as you can possibly